a good Sunday night. I normally get to say Sunday evening, but it is Sunday night. Let's see here. Is everything moving and going? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe. Hey, well, we're gonna rock and roll along and see what you just never know what's gonna happen on a live. You just don't know. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Well, I hope you have had a good weekend. I hope you've had a good evening. We just got in from making the rounds through neighborhoods and collecting up all kinds of sweet goodies. So I got to spend some time with a group of kiddos, my kiddo, and a bunch of her friends. So we made our rounds around the neighborhood. Now we get to sort through all the goodies and see what she's going to eat and what I get to dig through and see what goodies I get. Hey, that's the joy of being mama, right? Yes, it is. All right, let us see here. I did not get a notification on my tablet here, so let's just see. Back out of that. While I am testing and looking and seeing what's going on, I will say that, of course, we're getting ready to start November, so lots of things will be coming up. We'll have opportunities for all kinds of different stuff. We'll have some Black Friday stuff I'm working on, so that'll be coming up, and also the paint party box. I don't have any notification that I'm live. Yikes. That's never a good sign. All right, let's see. I can't find my page in here for some reason. Oh, there I am. Okay, well, okay. Fantastic. It says I'm there. That's all I needed to know. As long as it says I'm there, then we'll set my time lapse back up and we'll get to going with this. All right. So a little bit later than usual, but you know, when you've got festivities going on and different things, it has to be adjusted sometimes. So if you're here with me, just drop me a hello. You don't want to see my egg carton, did you? You wanted to see what I'm going to paint. Here's what I'm going to paint. It is a Christmas tree, and it is covered. I don't think you can really see it. It's covered in swirls. And so we're going to get started on that in just a second. Paint party box, we'll have that coming up real soon. That'll be available. And you will be, hey, Miss Marie, thank you. Yeah, I had to go a little bit around the world to find out if I was actually on, because everything on this end is froze. So, but hey, we've had that happen before too, so we just rock and roll with it. Technology. All right, so I've got a Christmas tree here. It's covered in swirls. We're going to get started on that. I am going to actually do some paint mixing tonight, so I'm going to come up with some different colors. That's always fun when you get to be creative. Right now I have paint stuck on the top of my bottle. All right, so I'm going to start with a festive green. Now this is going to be my main color of the swirls, but I want to do the back just a little bit lighter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in a couple of dots of white and lighten this up some. Actually, I probably could have started with white and put a couple of dots of green in. Either way, put a little more white in there. What I'm going for is a very light green, which is why I said maybe I should have done white and just put a couple of dots of green in there. All right, so let me grab a baby wipe here, clean up my mess. That way I can use this brush to get this going. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the light color. I'm gonna put it on the entire thing. And then from there, I'll start doing the darker color. And I may or may not put 2 coats of this. We'll see how this looks. I wanted the background to be a lighter green. So I'm going to quickly add this on. Just trying to see if the swirls show up a lot better for me now that I'm adding the light green to it, but it's not, and the green looks a lot darker on the screen than it does in person. That happens. Saw lots and lots of different trick-or-treaters tonight. Got to see some ninjas, some anime characters, saw some zombies, saw a dinosaur, some Minecraft characters, unicorn, the one with the Scream mask that has the crazy looking white face. I'm just trying to think of what else I saw. It was just wild tonight. I may go over this one more time, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add even more white this time. See if I can lighten it up just a little more. Since I'm almost out of the green, put a lot of white and then just added a little bit of green this time. I'm just going to mix it up. And then clean up my brush and put one more coat. And this one will be a little bit lighter. So I mentioned Black Friday sale. I'm going to have some special things. Do for Black Friday weekend. And then the paint party box, of course, it's the Christmas edition. Now, what that means is it's not a Christmas themed door hanger in the box. Because it's a box that can be given as a gift at Christmas. So it doesn't do much good to give them a Christmas door hanger on Christmas Day. So last year I picked a winter theme. And this year, I'm debating on another winter theme or to do generic. Now, so far, I have gotten votes for generic. So something that could be used year-round. So if you have a vote for that, you can put it in the comments. Don't forget, if you're watching, to tell me hi. That way I know you're watching. Are you going through your kids' candy? Are you eating the leftover candy? For a few years, I did that here at our house. When we first moved here, we really didn't have any kids coming to our door. And so the first year, I just bought, you know, the general variety bag of candy. Well, the next year, I bought candy I like. Because when we didn't have any trick-or-treaters, guess what? I ate the candy. So, all right, now we are going to get started on the part that's going to take a little bit of time. And I'm going to go ahead and get the paint set up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this that's here. And then, speaking of candy, I've got candy in some of the good candy sitting over here in my stash. I kind of snuck it out of the bag because the bag is kind of a general bag. Whoever walks through the kitchen can kind of look through it, and I'm like, oh, no, no, no. I claimed those right off the bat, so I like those. Bum, 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 bum. Try this, and while I'm drying this, I'm going to look and see what brush is going to work best for this. That one might be a good one. That's my good green brush. I like that brush a lot. Got one other green brush, and I don't see him right at the moment. Oh, there he is. Oh, come here, little green brush. He might be better to use. All right, so it's between these two while I'm drying this one. So did y'all have many trick-or-treaters at your house this evening? You can always put me a yay, nay, thumbs up, thumbs down, kind of shrug for so-so. I don't know if my comments are updating or not. If I don't acknowledge your comment, I will make a comment after I finish. You know, it's crazy. For a couple of weeks, I didn't have a bit of problem with any of the video stuff. And now all of a sudden, here we go again. The video is lagging or just stopping. And I can't see comments. So all right, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the edge and work my way inward. And you may be thinking, oh, that could be dangerous. Yes, it could be. But if I start at the top and work my way down or across, then maybe it won't be so bad. There's just going to be a lot of darker green on this, and it's probably going to take a couple of coats, but I'll at least get one coat down. That way you can see what it looks like, because this tree is just covered in swirls. And you may think, well, that's kind of wild. The first time I saw the tree, I was like, I don't know. But then after I looked at it a few times, I was like, you know what, that might might be pretty cool to paint. So here we are. Here we are. We're going to paint it for the evening or the night and see how it turns out. So we're just going to work our way around. And if this doesn't come out dark enough, because I want it to be kind of a dark, I want it to be the festive green, but I might want it a shade darker. So what I might do, because I didn't mix it at first, I wanted to see what it looked like. Just the regular, this is called festive green. So I wanted to see what this looked like, but I may end up adding just a touch of black to it just to darken it up just a little bit. Some of these swirls run right beside each other and I'm like, okay, did I mess that up? No. They run right beside each other. And so it's kind of crazy. You have to kind of look and follow. Some of them are really close together. So you have to watch this is why I wanted to start at one location and just work my way down, because when you're looking at it just by itself, some of these lines can get confusing. So I wanted to make sure I got it started off right and I didn't jump around, because the last thing I want is to get crossed up on these swirls. Like I said, at first I wasn't too sure about this. I was like, I don't know. But then the more I looked at it, the more I really liked it with the swirls. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to give this one a try. And some of them, the swirls like double back is kind of interesting. So like I said, you kind of have to watch. So I'm having to concentrate or stare at it a little harder. Maybe that's the best phrase for it. I'm having to really stare at what I'm doing. But I think that's going to turn out really pretty. Now, my biggest fear is that I'm going to stick my hand, and what I may do is turn it around and go the other way, so that way my hand's not over the part I just painted. I was painting something earlier, and lo and behold, what did I do? I stuck my hand in a clump of silver paint. So, yeah. All right, I have to ask. I'm sitting here decorating a Christmas tree. Who's already pulling out the Christmas decorations tonight? Halloween's officially done. I used to do that when I was still living at home with my parents. High school, I think. I had my own little Christmas tree. When trick-or-treating was over with, I was pulling out my Christmas tree and putting the little bulbs on it. Next morning, my mom was like, "Are you in a hurry for Christmas?" Like, always. She's like, "You know, it's not going to come any sooner if you put that up." No, but I really enjoyed having my tree up and seeing the lights. And so, and it was a small Christmas tree. It wasn't like it was the big one that was in the main part of the house. It was a smaller one, so. But right after we got back from doing our candy collecting or passing out candy, because as I got older, there was less trick-or-treating for me and more of the duty of handing out the candy. So that's what my job was. So I handed out the candy, and then when the night was over with, I would pull out the Christmas tree and I would decorate my room. Not the main part of the house, just my room. Trying to keep an eye on where my lines are going. I got a line there and a line there that goes to a line there. Okay. You have to kind of follow. This is kind of like playing a maze game. And I got to figure out where they connect over here, because I've lost part of my, I guess I painted it really well. I can't find the connection over here. I may have to pull up the picture that I have and look at the picture. And this one crosses and goes around. Alright, so here's one that starts here. And it comes up and around. To there. And then this one meets here and here. Like I said, I've lost this one here. I'm really not sure where it goes. I think it goes there, but I have one here and it goes to there, but it's got to go somewhere. And I found a few places where I did not get the entire space, so I'll have to go back and work on filling up the entire space. It's just swirl after swirl after swirl after swirl. And I do have some middle pieces that I'm not sure I'm getting. I'll have to go back and compare here in a minute. I lost my lines in the light. That's another thing. These bright lights, periodically, I lose my line as to where I'm going. I like to start from the edge, so that way I can kind of follow and see. Whoops. And that one I got on the wrong side of the line. Alright, so I don't know if I finished talking about the paint party box or not. You'd think I'd had a ton of candy, which I have not as of yet. But I will be working on shortly. Also need to find some supper. We started out with the candy stuff and trick-or-treating, and so supper got put on the back burner. But that's okay. We had a good time. And it is chilly. Which makes it really, really nice for being out, because I remember Halloweens where you have the costume and you're in all these layers and it's hot and humid. Even though some of the kids were kind of sweaty when they got back to the ride. But that's because they had been running. But they all had a good time. Some of them were pretty much done and over with by 8 o'clock, so, which is usually about the time it all sort of winds down. So we wrapped it up, called it a night, and everybody headed for home. Oop, I did it again. I got on the opposite side of the line. Alright, so we'll just take our little magic baby wipe here and we'll just erase it. This is why I'm trying not to jump ahead and start from the center of the swirl, because it's so easy when you're following this pattern to look at it and then realize, uh-oh, I'm on the wrong side of that double line. And then you got to fix it. Round and round and round we go. I feel like I should be going to watch The Wizard of Oz. With all these swirls, I keep thinking about follow the yellow brick road. And some of these swirls are bigger than the others, and so that's kind of throwing me off a little bit too, because you get in a pattern and you're thinking, okay, all of these are this way, and then you hit one and it's just a little bit different, and then you start second guessing yourself. Wait, did I go on the wrong side of the line on that one? So, but I like the way this looks. I'm gonna have to darken up my swirls, but I really do like the way this is turning out. So one swirl that goes this way, and one swirl that goes this way. There will be some little ones and probably some mamas and daddies that sleep really well tonight. And the dog is choking on, I don't know what. Hairball. We say it's a hairball. Not real sure. Actually, I think he was just in here getting water, so it probably went down the wrong way. All right, we are getting close to finishing the first round of swirls. I think I am going to darken it up just a tad with some black. Not much, because if you add too much, then it'll be a really dark green. And I want it to be close to the what I call Christmas green. This particular color is called festive green, which is what I call Christmas green. Hear a choo-choo off in the distance. We're not terribly far from train tracks, so we hear them a lot in the night, throughout the day. It's kind of funny because you don't really notice them in the day as much as you do at night. All right, I'm closing in on the circles. I had to back up here and find, I can see it now. Okay, it goes that way. Yay, I found it. It was because of the light. sometimes the brighter lights that I use in order for everyone to see what I'm doing, they tend to put a glare on my piece sometimes on the project, and so I have a hard time finding the lines periodically. All right. Wow. I really like the swirls on this one. All right, so what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to flip it back around, and I am going to put just a little more on the top and see if by chance this darkens it up to the color I'm looking for. Because I think I want it just a little bit darker. Maybe just a drop of black. Let's see what that does. So I've added just a drop of black. And that's made it too dark. Okay. So now what I am going to do is take just a little bit of this and put in another round of green. This is the fun part about mixing paints. Sometimes you get it just the way you want it. Sometimes you have to keep adding, and sometimes you just have to start over. Alright, so I'm going to clean my brush off, because I didn't do that a while ago before I reached for the other color, and I got it all over me. Alright, so clean my hand off. Now, you know what? I'm going to put some heat to this just for a second. Set that down there. And just kind of go over what I've got here. Now once I get the swirls the way I want them, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end probably of the brush I started with. It's a really big ended brush. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and just put some dots in a few places, kind of like Christmas balls. You could go with all red, or you could, oh, I see where I missed a spot there. Or you could vary it up. I actually have picked a lot of different colors, so that way I can do different colors on mine. All right, here's another debate question. White lights, multicolored lights, or a mixture of the two. I actually have done mixtures on my Christmas tree. You may be wondering, why in the world would you do a mixture on your Christmas tree? Well, I have always liked the colored lights, always. That's just always been my thing, colored lights. When I bought a new Christmas tree, and it's been some years back when it was brand new, it was a pre-lit tree, so of course it came with white lights. So I had white lights for a few years, but I really, really do like colored lights. But with that Christmas tree having the white lights, I actually started doing like a strand of colored lights up the middle of the tree. And so it actually ended up being really pretty to me. I liked having the mixture of the two. So then when the white lights quit working, and I did not want to sit there and go through every one of them lights to figure out which one was not the one that was functioning properly, I bought colored lights, and I do have a strand of white lights that I run up through the tree, and so it's the reverse of what it used to be. I guess I just got used to having the brightness of the white lights, and so now I just combine them. So I guess you could say I like a mixture of both. But if you're going to make me pick one or the other, then I will go with colored lights. I'm losing my... There's a few that I didn't quite get covered well enough on the first go around, and so I'm trying to make sure I cover them this go around. But I'm in a section where the light is hitting it a certain way, and so I'm having trouble seeing my lines again. I can see I didn't get enough of my lines there. It's not too bad if you just keep following your swirl pattern around. I can see I missed my little tree pattern here. That's what I messed up on there. I didn't quite get all the way across. Again, I think the light was reflecting off, and I got confused, or I couldn't really see the pattern that well. Okay, just about time for me to flip this one around, so that way I can get to the bottom half, or maybe turn it to the side. This would look really cool if you did, or at least I think so, because I like silver and gold stuff, so this one probably would look really, really neat, at least to me, if you did it in like a white background with gold swirls. Ooh. Might have to try one of those. Might have to try one and just see what it looks like. Just out of curiosity. White with gold swirls. I think that would be really pretty. I always think of the, is it from Rudolph or is it from Frosty, where Burl Ives sings the song Silver and Gold.
Rudolph.
Is it Rudolph? My daughter's helping me out there. It's Rudolph. I'll be having to dig out Rudolph so I can hear the song, so that way I can get it stuck out of my head. It'll be stuck there for days. So I know y'all can't see my shirt, but I am sitting here wearing a Happy Halloween shirt. Here, let me point this down. I'll show y'all. Happy Halloween. And I'm painting a Christmas tree. I thought y'all might enjoy that. Oh wow, I found a whole section I missed. Man! I missed all of that little section right in there. I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. I've got to come back up here and catch back up. I jump ahead because I see, oh, there's that and there's that, and this is how I missed sections. That's how I missed that section from earlier that I just went over because it's a squirrel moment. It's like, ooh, check out that one. Let's do this swirl over here. Or, oh, I skipped that part last time. Let's fix it. So this week I have been doing another round of business. I call them business boards. So I have been doing that. I've been working on Christmas stuff. I've been working on Christmas ornaments. Ooh, let me show you a Christmas ornament. I know, I normally don't just... It's one of those nights. So this is one of my Christmas ornaments that I've done. It actually is 3-dimensional, so you've got 2 layers glued together. You can see it's raised. So put a little dark blue shadow on it there. Added some pretty silver. I love this silver metallic paint. See, that's what I'm saying. It would be so pretty on one of these trees. And the gold, I believe, is the same way. I think the gold is the same way. Yes, it is, because I've used it on Yeah, the Santa belly stuff. The big ornament. I used it on the door hanger for the Santa belly last year. And the metallic gold is really pretty. I think it would look awesome on this. If I had thought of it earlier, this would be a white and gold Christmas tree. It wouldn't be a green Christmas tree. Question is, what type bulbs? Ooh, you could do gold swirls, white background, and silver for the Christmas tree bulbs. Yep, I may be painting another one of these this week. I could do a comparison. I could let y'all vote as to which one you liked better. I could do that. Or you could just tell me in the comments which one you might like better. Do you think this one with multicolored Christmas ornaments? Or white and gold with silver ornaments? Or I could flip it and do white and... No, I don't like doing white and silver. Might be pretty blue. Ooh, a blue Christmas tree. Who has a blue Christmas tree? Actually, I say that. The aluminum trees from, I don't know, was it the 60s? Maybe? 50s or 60s? I know my grandmother had one, and it was in a box, and each limb was individually stuck in a hole, and then it had the color wheel. I'm trying to remember if I ever saw the thing up. Maybe I did. Maybe we did it one year for a nostalgia year and had it up. I can't remember, but I do remember the color wheel. The color wheel actually got used for other things. But I do remember the color wheel. I remember seeing pictures of it. But to me, it kind of always looked blue. It was a silvery blue color. To me. So if I painted one light blue and did silver swirls and then did gold ornaments, I'm curious now. I want to ask how many folks had either grew up or have, or maybe you still have one of those aluminum trees with the color wheels. I really do feel like I'm playing in one of those maze game, you know, the little mazes where they want you to find the way out. I really do feel like I'm doing one of those. Keep going around in circles. It's like, help the mouse find the cheese, or, you know, help the pig escape, you know, from the farm, or something like that. I don't know, maybe I was out in the night air too long. I don't know. It's one of those nights. I've discovered sometimes with the late night lives where I'm painting, craziest things get triggered. Or memories come up. And again, I'm not sure if the comments are working. So if you're leaving comments, I'm not getting them. But I'll answer them once I get through, I promise. I'm sure somebody would say, hey, it's because it's Halloween night. That's why it's all working weird and going goofy. Well, it used to go goofy for a while, and I couldn't see anybody's comments for, I don't know, like a month or so. And then there was an upgrade, and then I could see everything here for a few weeks, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. Now all of a sudden, tonight, everything's froze up on my end, and I don't know if comments are coming through. Okay, still playing with my swirls here. Just round and round and round. I'm going around in circles. This was the smaller brush, but I think I could have gone a little bit smaller. I don't know. One smaller might not have been the best route to go. So I did take a vote about Paint Party Box. You can vote in the comments whether winter for winter themed or generic for just a generic one that could be used all year round. I did that the wrong way. I see what I messed up on there. Okay, well, we'll fix that one. We'll have to go back over him and do him correctly. He should have gone around this way to here and then to here. Okay, so I didn't mess up on him all the way around, just a little bit. I think. No, it's a double one. What? Are you kidding me? Didn't I have that happen somewhere else up in here? I think I did. And it's confusing. Yeah, here. It's confusing as all get out. Because there's like two wrapped around each other. I thought I had messed up, but then when I got to looking, no, it actually is two. Here's another one that's got two. I actually, first I was like, uh-oh, I messed up and went the wrong way, but no, there's actually two vines or two swirls that go around each other, which there's, well, that one, I did mess up there. I gotta fix my boo-boo there. Okay. Alright, let's see about fixing boo-boos real quick. Let's see if I've got, oh, I don't really have any. Oh. Okay. We're going to fix a couple of boo-boos. And then we're going to put some we are going to put some ornaments on our tree. And other than fine details, we will be all through. Let's see if I can get just a little more. Just a little more in there. I think that's going to be too light. I need it a little darker. Okay, so gotta do a little touch up here and fix a boo-boo because I went the wrong direction. And let's see, right here. I went outside my line a little bit. Uh-oh. We dripped white. This is why baby wipes are a beautiful thing to have around, because you never know when you may drip a little bit of color. In another area and have to get it picked up. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to put him to rest. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll dry it a little bit before we get going. Because I'm just going to pick a few places, and what I'm going to do is just drop some color. Not a lot, because I really want the swirls to stand out. Okay, I'm going to dry off this brush, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the biggest brush I have. And I'm just going to use the very end of this brush and dip it in some paint. And for this one, I don't think I'm even gonna put paint in my egg carton over here. I think what I'm gonna do, we'll see how this works. I'm just gonna dip into the top, into the lid. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick a spot. Just gonna kind of twirl it around a little bit, just to make my Christmas ornament a little bigger. I'm gonna dip it again. So I think I'm gonna do about, I don't know, maybe 3 of these red ones. I'll just roll it around a little. There's 2. I think I'll put one more on this side. Let's go here. All right. And then I'll have to clean the end of my brush off. Next I'm going to do blue, and I picked True Blue for this. So it's a pretty blue. And again, sometimes these colors don't actually show up on camera the way they do in person, which is aggravating for me, because I'm like, man, they can't tell exactly what it looks like. All right, this one I'm gonna put here. There's 1. Here's 2. I think I'm just going to do 3 of this color as well. And we'll put 1 here. All right, so 2 colors down. Next, I'm going to do yellow. the yellow I'm going to do here. Ah, I dripped just a little bit. Oh, nope, that wasn't a drip. It was a flake. Must have come off the lid. All right, so there's one there. You can always come back and add just a touch more paint. And by doing that, it makes it just a little bit bigger. I think I'll do one here. And maybe that's all I'll do with the yellow. All right, next is purple. Again, I don't want to put a ton of ornaments on the tree, but I do want to do a few. So let's see. Maybe here. Ah! My brush slid. No. All right, so in this case, I'm not going to try to make that a circle, because for me that would be even more catastrophic than the brush sliding. So we're just going to take him off and we will start all over. Trust me, it will be for the best. I think I'm going to move him down one. That way I don't have to wait for that spot to dry. I did it again, y'all. I slid. Alright, this one wasn't as bad, so I'm going to try to make this round. So I'm going to wipe this off. And that's just the first one. I still got another one to do. Alright, so we're going to wrap the end. I'm just going to move up kind of close. Just kind of dab a little bit. Hey, I think I salvaged that one. Alright, so this time maybe I pushed down a little too hard, so we're just going to try not to push too hard on this one. Okay. All right, so last one, and I think, I don't know, I may not do, but I don't want to overload my tree. So that's what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to overload my tree, because I really do want the swirls to be the main thing that stands out. But I think it's cute with a little bit of color in it. I don't know, maybe I should add, see, this is where I'm going to get in trouble. If I start looking and going, maybe I should add one here, then the next thing you know, I'll have 400 of them on the tree. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Only one. I'm not doing any more. Just one. Y'all hear me? Just one, okay? If I look like I'm gonna start to add another one, somebody yell at me. Okay, that's it. Put the lid on it. I'm not adding any more. Okay. All right. That is my little swirly Christmas tree, or Christmas tree with swirls. I'm gonna turn it around here for my time lapse and let them see it finished, or show it finished for a few seconds. And then I will turn the time lapse off. You could always add some silver and gold to this as well. Move it back up here where it can be seen. You could add some silver and gold to this as well, but I really do like the swirls, and I really don't want to take away from the swirl pattern that's on here. I really like it a lot. And I may go back and still darken up some, because there's still some areas that look a little light. Of course, I won't touch anything where the ornaments are now. But I may do a little bit of, I don't know. I don't even know that I'm going to do any highlighting or outlining on this one. Oh, maybe I'll have to let them dry good, but maybe I will do just a little bit of a light reflection in the Christmas tree ornaments. We'll see. To me, that always just makes them stand out and look, help with the depth and the detail of it. So we may add that, but I'm going to let it dry. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining me for my Christmas tree covered in swirls. I know it's been a crazy night for the live. Hopefully it was not too crazy with interruptions. It still froze on the countdown for me, so I am not sure what's going on. But if you left a comment, I will go back and look at them as soon as I in the video, because most of the time they'll all pop up at once. So don't forget, if you want to get in on the vote for the Paint Party Box Christmas Gift Edition, is what I'm actually calling it this year, because it's works great for doing Christmas parties if you've got where you go and exchange gifts. So I have it priced at most of what the limits are for most of those parties. So that's the Christmas Gift Edition. Put in the comments winter or generic, and that'll help me decide which direction to go this year, because of course it's given at Christmas, so it's a little hard to have the Christmas theme when you're giving it at Christmas. So last year I went with snowman, and actually looked at another snowman this year, but thought, I really want to do something different. So still working on that one, but the reveal is coming up really soon, so I have got to decide like pronto. And then going to have a Black Friday special over that weekend. Still working on that, but that will be coming out, and I'll have it announced a few days prior to Black Friday, of course, and then that way you'll know what's coming up. I hope y'all have a great week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you you and your kiddos don't eat too much candy. Or maybe if you were handing out candy to kiddos and have a good bit left, I hope you don't eat too much tonight. Don't want to wake up with a tummy ache. But we enjoyed it in our fun evening with our friends, and of course a bag of candy that we've been going through. So I'm actually going to go see what goodies I can find. Thanks so much for watching.